Hello, everybody. We are back. Uh, we have It's Paige running the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Take it away.
Alrighty everyone, hello, my name is It's Paige. I am going to be doing some Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, usually when people play games or run at marathons, they usually explain the game. I'm not going to do that for a reason you'll see in about 2 minutes and 30. So, we're going to start time in 3... Wait, hold on a sec. Did I set content warnings? Hold on. I did, yes, okay, good. Right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so, Stanley Parable, not going to explain it, but it is a narration game, that's all I'll say. The rest of it, you'll find out eventually.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I'll just explain what I'm doing. So, I need to go get two endings real fast. I need to get 2 endings real quick. The 2 first endings, because we need to get the sequel to the Stanley Parable 1. We're currently in the Stanley Parable 1, but we want to go to the Stanley Parable 2. We're going to the second game. So, yeah. We all know sequels. We love sequels sometimes. Some sequels are good. So I'm going to hold X, which, when I enter this door, after a split second I should skip. Yep, that is me skipping the content warning, because that is that room there, or that ending there, actually has a content warning for mental health. Thankfully, we can just skip that by holding X. And if we hold X before going to that room, it kind of buffers it, and it allows us just to go into it. Like, it just skips it, like, on an auto second, the second we hit the content warning button. Now we're going to go get the second ending, which is towards what I like to call the collab ending, because you end up going into, like, Rocket League and... Well, it used to be Minecraft and Portal, but they changed it to Firewatch and Rocket League, so... Because this game is very much a game that kind of just takes the... I don't say it's family friendly. Takes the mick, or just makes fun of video game tropes. I was trying not to fall off the edge there. You can die there, which is fast, but I don't know if that still if that counts as an ending. So, yeah. So I'm going to show you something which is very emotional. No, it's fine. We'll get some audio. If I can, yep. So this is my cat. This is my lost cat. His name is Gene.
That would be all the back and forth between you and me.
It's quite dark, but there he is.
We've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording.
So we're just gonna listen to the narrator for a second.
Just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all
the game will, again, the reason why I'm not explaining it is because the game will just explain itself in a minute, so...
In pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be
narrator
so
dialogue.
simple to be you.
Narrator dialogue.
Life being an
They're all just titled narrator dialogue.
of surprises and delights.
No subtitles.
How
How are you supposed to know which is which?
You must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay, so we should have enough endings to go and get the sequel to the Stanley Parable 1.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Well, we won't get the sequel yet. We're going to get the new content. Yeah, there's we go. The new content door. Again, here's where the game basically is going to explain itself as a pitch meeting. So, accept that. I'm going to sit down and take a quick drink of Coke. So have fun listening to this.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Yeah, so that's kind of just the game explaining itself. I mean, it doesn't explain the entirety of it. It is basically just a follow the narrator game, and you can basically just follow him and get some really wacky endings. But this game came out in 2022, as he said right there. And
is it broken?
this was actually the first time it actually came out on console. I'm playing this on the PlayStation 5 at the moment, so
here we go. All right, finally,
this game is available on
like
PC, Switch, Xbox, any platform, to be honest. Or any, I'd say, modern platform. Unfortunately, it's not like on the DS or on the
I have to say,
Wii
initial
U.
impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them. Oh, okay.
It's one of those games that I'm surprised never got
content.
ported to the
Give me the
phone. I
content,
feel like most
Stanley.
games are getting ported to the phone nowadays. So one of them is the
Alright.
jump circle.
Alright, let's see it.
You can't jump in this game. Like,
jump
look, I can jump
circle?
there, but I can't jump here. It just plays keyboard sounds.
Is that it?
So, yeah.
Surely that's not all.
So we're going to run over here,
content.
and
There
we're
has
going
be something
to...
else, right? Good
Yeah. We're
Another
going to get the jump
elevator.
circle.
Stanley, I
We
have
should be
to
promised
say,
more new
initial
content. But
impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra.
This is one
Deluxe,
game that's really
now
hard
with
to make a
over
YouTube video on
1,000
or like
hours of
stream
new
because there's just so
content.
much
And
time.
oh wait,
It's like if you
there's
play a
more.
game that's made by the
Very
creators of
cool.
Rick and Morty.
Yes.
It's what, like
I
any
knew there
Squanch
had to be
Games
something
game. It's
else.
really
Let's
difficult
see
because
it.
there's just so much
I'm ready
dialogue.
for whatever it is.
There you go. That's the new content,
That's
guys.
it?
Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see,
I
Stanley,
mean, jump circle.
this
But yeah.
is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
So yes, this game was made in 2022.
It's
It
my
is
fault,
called
Stanley.
Twitter. They
I
don't
built
know they
up
do
too
call
much
Twitter Twitter. They
anticipation
don't
around
call
the
it
new
X.
content,
So
I'm afraid. It
that
could
was
never have lived up to such
fucking spot out.
expectations.
Um,
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like
This
always.
game is, if you haven't played this game, it is
What do
very
you
good. I would
say,
recommend it.
friend?
It is a walking simulator pretty much, but again, it's the comedy that carries this game. But yeah. Now we're going to head to the memory zone. Ooh.
Stanley, come over here. In the
I'm hoping
I
people,
want to
some
show
people in
you
watching
something.
was like, ah. He's basically going to get we're going to get
Remember
nostalgic.
how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking.
My first time I played this was back.
And how
Well,
much better the
so I
Stanley
never played the
Parable
Half-Life
used to
mod.
be.
This was originally a
So I
Half-Life
made
2 mod.
something special
I never really
and
played the
tucked it away
Half-Life 2
here
mod,
where
but
the
I did
game's
play the game when it
developers
came out in
won't find
2013.
it. Just our little
A few months
secret.
after. And I got a little
I call
nostalgic.
it
I'm going to show you one
memory
thing, which
zone.
will list a second
It's
of
where I've
time,
been
but it's
storing
fine.
all my
It's just
favorite
funny.
memories so I
So
can
there's a
relive the
bathtub
peak
over here,
experiences of my
and
life
you'll notice if you look
whenever I
closely,
want.
it says that
Experiences like
it says the
launch of
Stanley
the
Parable,
Stanley
but
Parable
they've
on
taped it over The
PC.
Last of Us
You see,
for Bruce
Stanley,
Straley.
doesn't the memory zone
So,
remind
you know,
you of
it's
how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation? And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
The Stanley
Like this
Parable was
stunning
just better
triumph
than
of
The Last of
games
Us, like we all know
journalism.
that.
10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing
It's better than every
the
game ever
original
made.
Stanley
It's
Parable
better than
was.
GTA 6.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
The amount of
no
Skyrim
games
fans that
at
would have been
all.
so hyped that the
It
game
isn't
got a
even
shout
a
out in this
Stanley
game.
Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
So we're going to try and rush through the memory zone. Unfortunately,
Here's
it's
another
mostly just
moving
going to
passage,
they lock you in a
this
room
time from
until it finishes
GameSpot.com.
his dialogue.
The Stanley
But
Parable
we will
is both a
eventually we will
richly
be able to
stimulating
pass through the
commentary on
dialogue
the nature
quickly,
of choice in
thanks to
games, and one that offers some
our
of the most
review.
enjoyable,
I won't say where the review's
surprising, and
from,
rewarding
but you'll
choices
guess.
I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it,
So it does have a
Stanley?
different
The
name because
game
I'm
was
playing on some
perfect.
PlayStation, so
It didn't need anything
they
else.
couldn't legally
It
put the
didn't
actual name.
need new content.
I don't also know why the
All
audio
they
keeps
had to do
cutting
was
out like that.
transport
It's
it in
really weird. I
pristine
think it may
condition
be my
along
capture
to the
card.
PlayStation, boom, done.
Everything
And they couldn't even do
sounds
that.
fine
Couldn't
on my
resist the
PC,
urge
so
to go
I think it's
meddling
just my
with a
capture card
beloved
being off.
These were
That's fine.
simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back.
Now we're going into the dark
all
part
over
of the memory
again.
zone with all the bad
Wait,
reviews
hang on.
from.
I don't recall
Well,
this
it's
part of the
from
memory
pressurized
zone
gas. Now, if you don't know what,
What's
if
this?
you
What's
didn't
down
take
here?
science,
Oh, no.
it's
Oh, God, no,
steam.
Stanley. It's a
as
collection of
pressurized
reviews from
gases.
pressurized gas.
Yeah,
The
aka
extremely
steam.
popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't
And we
even
all know
imagine
how
what's been
Steam
collected
reviews
down
are.
here. Surely these
If
reviews
you've ever
are
bothered to
glowing
actually
well
look at the
worthy.
reviews.
See, I could
These
not
are,
bother
by the way,
to
these
get
are
this game
real
to full
reviews
completion.
that were
The
posted. They
narrator
just
is
changed the name because
obnoxious
they didn't want to
and
actually dox the
unfunny,
people.
with his
People actually
humor
obviously
and
then looked
dialogue
through the
proving to
original
be more
game's
irritating than
reviews and they found them all.
Funny.
And then
I'm
the
not
fan
trying
base
to be
decided to
funny.
dox everyone.
I'm
So.
trying to make a serious work of art.
Yeah.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already
The others,
such
obviously,
a
the greens are
closely
obviously the
layered
good
web of
reviews, and then you got the bad
profound
reviews.
philosophical insights that I can't even
From
imagine
pressurized
where I have the
gas
words.
or steam.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
By the way, some of these people who have reviewed it as bad, they've played it for many hours. How can you not enjoy it if you played it for so many hours? If I don't enjoy a game, I bin it off fast
I'm not
as I can.
preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh goodness. This is
It's like
actually quite
Suicide Squad Kill the
shocking
Justice
for me.
League. I played many hours of
always
that because
look,
it was
to
a
be
long
honest,
game, but I
had
hated every
always
minute
thought
of
the
it.
game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
This entire long run is just
God,
gonna
know
be
how
me
much fluff I
ranting
cut
about
from the
games I
game to
don't
get it
like.
to feel as light and airy as it.
Nah,
Well, I
we'll
always
pass
tried.
on from that in a second.
But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. Awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
In a minute,
Like I
we're
let
gonna
these
get to a
people
section
down.
with no
Perhaps the
dialogue.
Stanley Parable isn't quite as
So I'll
stern
tell you
as
when
this one got to
there's
say.
a section you can start.
You
If there's any
constantly have to
donations, you
stop
can read
doing
them out.
anything
But I'll tell you
so
when
the
that is.
narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
There's just a whole
wish
section
there
of
was
us
a
pressing a
skip
button for like 2 minutes.
A skip button. Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you
I think
skip
it's 2
ahead
minutes.
for
No one's
just a
obviously
moment
bothered to
surely
actually
couldn't
time how long
hurt.
it
Not
takes.
if it means we can strike these negative reviews
But
from the record.
it's
Only
funny because they just
positive
drag out
reviews of the
what Hate
Stanley
Comment
Parable.
wanted
That's
that they
my
thought would make it
idea,
better,
and
and
it's
just
always
made
been
it
my
boring
motto.
on
I'd do
purpose.
anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And
Okay.
here it is.
So yeah, here you can, if you've got any donations or if you want to say anything, feel free.
Oh, you're back. You
Okay,
see?
well, we
You
don't
were
have any
only
donations,
frozen
but
in
I would like
time
to
for
talk a
few
little bit
minutes,
about
but it was
some of
plenty
our
time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue.
incentives that we have. So we
Oh,
have
well,
actually
there,
met all the
sport.
ones for
You really did
today,
catch me
but we
rambling
do
on a
have
bit,
some that are
didn't
going to be
you? But
coming
that's
up
the power
tomorrow.
of the button.
So
The minute
far
I
we have
start
met
to go off on a thoughtless display of
the one
self-
for Avernum, which is Retrieve the
Okay,
Mayor's
welcome back, Stanley.
Necklace,
Now,
and
I
we've also
should
met,
say that
met
the
the one
amount
for
of
Super
time the
Mario
button
Odyssey
has
Beat the
been
Dark
skipping
Side.
through is becoming longer
But we still
and
have two
longer.
more that
That
still need
last
to be
one
met.
was-
So
I
one of
want to say
those
maybe
is Crisis Core,
30,
watching the
45.
Chapter 3 flashback cutscene.
Stanley,
And
Stanley,
we
Stanley,
have not
please
gotten
don't
anything for
push
that
the
yet, so
button
we still have to
again.
raise
It's been
$100 for
12
that to happen.
hours. You've just
And
been
the other one
frozen
is
there.
for Perfect Dark,
I don't know
4
why the
extra
skips are
agent
getting longer,
missions,
but
which
they're-
we have $5 raised towards that
Stanley,
out of the 100 that we need to make. So
You're back.
if we get
Oh, my
95 more
goodness.
dollars, we'll
I
get
have
to see those
someone
4
to
extra
talk
agent
to
missions.
again. Stanley,
Outside of that, we
I
also
could give you a
have
week.
3 different polls that are happening. The first of which is going to be coming up pretty soon, actually. We have the Shadowverse Champions
Hello,
Battle Run,
it's you. You're
which
here
is
again.
we're having a bid war
I
between a
have
male
had
versus a
time
female
to think
character,
about you and about
with currently the female character in the lead. We have later on tomorrow Balatro, which is going to be the final deck choice. So you can choose what deck is going to be used for the final deck out of the 3 that are chosen. And then finally, we have a bid war between the US or Japanese version of Mega Man X4, of which currently, that's actually raised quite a bit of money.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Towards
it was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoan, they scream, they gnash.
The amount raised there. So I'll get back to you that in just a second. Are we still pushing the button?
We are still, yep, we are still pushing the skip button.
Still pushing the button? Okay.
Never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
The narrator's just going insane because he's getting kind of bored.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Might actually be easier for me to do it this way. I have way too many windows open, so I'm just trying to see this here. So yeah, we've currently raised $420 for the Japanese version and $110 for the US version. So if you want to see the US version, you got some work cut out for you guys.
Yeah, so it's still a present button. This whole joke here is the Steam reviewer, or a Steam user reviewed that this game should have a skip button, and then basically they just made it as boring as they could to basically just say F you to the person. I thought it was a very smart way to do it. You'll have also probably noticed he ran it on a little bit because the button adds time, so I think we're skipping through millions of years now. I think we're in the Jurassic period now. I think we might also be going back in time. Either that or the dinosaurs come back to life. I don't know if you can hear it, but while we're pressing this button, you may have heard a beeping sound. That's just the fire alarm over there was dying. It's dead now. The light's gone off, but yeah. Now we're going to walk through the desert. This desert kind of reminds me of Uncharted 3 and Journey. If you get me, you get me. It's just the desert and the walking. We will return to this desert at the end of the run, so get excited for that. Yeah, so he basically was just mad about one of the things you may have also been here as well was like oh, it was never supposed to be funny, where are the jokes, they bemoaned, they gnashed their teeth, that line. I've played this game for so many since like 2022, which was like, I don't know, 3 years ago. I've played this game too many times. Oh, again, this was the first ever release of the game that actually released it to console, which was very hype at the time. But yeah. But now we're going to go to the Stanley Parable 2, the sequel to Stanley Parable 1. I mean, I spoiled it, but... Sorry, we're not going to Stanley Parable 2, we're going to the new content. Ooh.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I mean, I spoiled it now, but there's a Stanley Parable 2, and we're going there now. So, get excited. So, yeah, at the moment this game is mostly just get to the Stanley Parable 2, and it becomes a collecting game.
And about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Also, I would definitely recommend people to check out the Stanley Parable 2 website. There is a video on there that is very funny. At some point, it is a very funny video to watch. Unfortunately, it's unlisted, an unlisted YouTuber, so you can't watch it through their channel. Here's some sequels: Part 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, AK City, Doom 2, Dark Souls 2. Yeah. All very good sequels. Apart from Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2's Skull of the First Sin was a terrible game. Not just because I'm bad at Dark Souls, but partially because of that. But even from most Soulsborne fans, they've always said it right there. Now, some people are probably going to get very excited about this, because we're going to go get a bucket. Everyone loves bucket.
Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration,
we're going to get the
I've
reassurance
engineered
bucket
a
because I'm not
clever
feeling
solution
reassured at
to
the
this
moment.
fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
There it is.
As long as you hold on
Bucket.
to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable.
This bucket, by the way,
perfectly
you may,
normal
if you
and
haven't
perhaps
seen the fan base for this game, you will not understand
you may
how
even come to long for the
much
gentle
people love this
embrace of
freaking bucket.
jarring cognitive
Like,
dissonance while
it's-
the bucket is in your arms. And to be
It's the
honest,
most famous
it's a
character in
much
the
more
in all of
convenient
video
solution
games.
for me
This
than
bucket.
actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
This
Can you
bucket
imagine
is
what
the
a
main
pain in the
character
ass
of this
that would
game.
be? Yes, the bucket is the
No, to be
perfect
honest, when they
solution.
revealed the bucket, I think they revealed it on Twitter before the game came out. Everyone
Can you
was
feel
so
it?
hyped we were getting
The
a
glow
bucket.
of comfort, even in the face
that just
of
kind of explains the
crushing
fan base of this
despair,
game.
must already be
Well, the
sweeping
fan base
through
of this
your
game.
body. And in fact,
Absolute
can I
legends.
say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive. as a
Unfortunately,
person.
now there's a few more
The
different
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on,
stuff
don't they?
in this, like
All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable.
in the
2.
Stanley Parable 2 exposition hall, but
Does anyone give out awards for most
we
enjoyable bucket? Okay, I'll
are
be
gonna
honest, I
miss
haven't yet
those
decided on this
because
one.
it's like the
I
gym
think that in
button
the
or
new
the name
version,
button that does
the
eventually
office
just
could use a
is
bit of
gym,
decoration,
and the
like
endless hall
balloons.
or the
But I'm
infinite hall, which then
undecided
ends
on
up not being
Get
infinite.
Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion,
I
it
like
makes
the
you
blue balloons
realise
because
that
it
you
actually gives
knew
colour
which
to the
one you
office, unlike the
actually
white
really
ones.
wanted
So I have to pick
all
the
along.
white ones because he'll just
Happy
basically
12th
won't listen to
birthday,
me.
Step-niece it is.
And now we need to go to the collectibles, which are called, well, they have many different names. But I either call them the Stanley Figlarines, which is just mixing all the different names that it just brings up.
Now it's a real video game.
And the rest of
In
this
the
is
Stanley
going
Parable
to
2, you'll
be
run
just
around
collecting
gathering up
figurines.
these miniature Stanley
However, don't
figurines.
worry,
And
as
what's
it is quite
truly
short, and we
innovative
do get a
is that
little
there
bit of
will
a
be
present.
no reward for collecting all of
A little
them.
later on. If you have
I
played this
don't
game,
want
you
to
collect all the
stifle
collectibles and
intrinsic
stuff,
joy of
you'll
watching
know
a
what.
number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell
Spam,
on.
spam, spam, spam. There we go. So that's the first to Stanley Figlarine at 6, which then ends up being 12,
God,
but
it really
it's fine.
is the worst when you collect
well,
everything
actually,
in a video
yeah,
game,
approach
and
12.
then they give you a big.
Now we're just going to leave the expo hall because we have to get those
It's
3
so
main
much
ones,
catchier
which
than
is what we're going to
Ultra
see and
Deluxe,
use
don't
during
you
the run,
think? Ultra
and there we can
Deluxe.
leave.
What does it even mean? But all right.
There's also a room in here where if
Ready to
you
move
get
on
the
now?
achievement or / trophy of settings world champion of just going through every single number in the settings, and I mean like the actual like settings here and audio and all this, go through all these like sliders and stuff, you get a
What do you
trophy,
think?
an
Do
achievement
you
called
like
settings
all of the
world
new
champion.
features? Yes, I know
And
it's
then you
not
get a
exactly
button.
clear yet how
Got the button.
exactly these
Button's
features will
called
come
the
together
button.
as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's
So
do
he's
an
going to
experiment.
decide how he's going
I'll
to make
arrange
the
these
Stanley
new
Parable
features
2.
together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful
And,
gameplay experience.
Let's have a look and see what he picks. I feel like it's going to be something good.
Are you ready? Here it is.
Hopefully.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
I love how the jump
Hold
cycle
on,
reset
let me do
back
a
to
different
36.
arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better.
Unfortunately,
I
we'll
feel
do like
good
35.
about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Actually, in the glitch version of this game, you can actually, if you spam escape and then in a
Who am I
like in a
kidding,
rhythm at the
Stanley?
right amount of time,
This isn't a coherent video game
the
at
right
all. It's a
time,
lot of gags.
you can actually
And
buffer
I do very much
the
enjoy
jump
creating
thing
gags, but they don't add up
when
to
you're leaving
anything.
it, and it will allow you
I
to
wanted more
basically
than anything to create
kind
a
of get
sequel
out
that would
of
capture
the
all the magic
jump
of the
circle
first
and
game.
still be able to
I
jump,
wanted
but you
fans
still
to
have a
love
limit
it.
amount of
No
jumps
matter
as it
how
still
good these
keeps the
gags
jump
are, they
circle
won't
number.
stand on their own. They
However,
won't
that's not
need the
possible to do on
structure and
console,
the gameplay of the
and
original.
my computer does
Wait,
not like this game. So,
Maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features.
but I do own it on
tastefully, of course, with respect,
on Steam. I
with
play it
care
on
for
Steam
the
Deck
vision
sometimes.
and integrity of the original game.
Most of them haven't.
It possibly will. I suppose it could, but it would
Yeah,
need a
I
really,
listened to more of the-
tremendous title screen.
the
A title
narrator.
screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
He's just making the
Perfect.
main menu. We'll see in a
ahead.
second, because it's going to
Take
send
a
us back
look.
to the main menu. So this is the Stanley Parable 2 main menu. We're not going to see it though. It's just kind of going down an office hallway. Right, so this is where we're going to go and grab some collectibles. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the buckets first. Just because if we don't, the game will eventually start getting mad at us for not picking up the bucket. I did do that in one run. Actually, my current PB run, I actually did.
Stanley clutched the
Yeah,
bucket
right,
tightly
it's
to his chest. The door on his left.
So we're going to get the first few ones, which goes to the manager's office. Actually, for sound test, just to get ready for this, I actually started doing the broom closet ending, which is one of the funniest endings. If you haven't done it, do it. It's great. If you stand AFK, the narrator just assumes that you've died at your keyboard or controller, and he basically just tries to yell out to someone in another room. He's like, "Hello, anyone there? The player has died." Well, in a posh way, not in a Yorkshire accent way.
Come across one of these beautiful figurines.
So, and with that actually jump buffer, you can actually, if you pick it up and do the buffer thing again, you can actually walk around while getting that, but you have to like listen to your footsteps to make sure you're doing everything right. While also listening to him speak, so it's a little bit of a task. Thankfully, because we have the bucket, the reason why we actually get the bucket is it skips this dialogue. He kind of does a bit of a Portal 2, and he'll play music, but if we have the bucket, it skips that, and it allows us to open that first. So because we have now got all the ones we need there, apart from the boss's bathroom, it's fine. I didn't like that sound I made, by the way. Sorry about that. That's not supposed to be that. That's supposed to be a sound of pain, not like... Yeah, anyway. I didn't see the boss's bathroom, but I forgot, because I am tired. It's like 20 minutes past midnight. It's fine. It's very quick. It'll waste a bit of time, but it's fine. This room starts to get very creepy when you start looking for all the collectibles, which is why I don't like missing it, but it's fine. I've played and watched horror movies and games. I'm watching all through the modern Halloweens at the moment. Okay, there we go. Right, now... now we can go get the last two. Oh, the room has changed. Yeah, you'll notice the room changes sometimes. That actually gives a bit. This way, we're going to head towards the cargo lift. What's the
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I guess to be honest, both of them are about the same amount of time.
Yes.
Let's go get the one over by where we... one in the cargo room, we'll go in there and grab that one, and then we'll go get the one near the collab ending, where... Because there's an ending in this game which changed in this game. I think it's the only ending to actually properly change. So there's the collab ending where it kind of takes you to other games. So in the original game, like 2013 one, which is still playable by the way, you can still play the original one. It was free on Epic Games a couple years ago. Actually.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned
you can, the game, basically the club ending sends you to Minecraft and Portal. I think it's Portal and Minecraft. This game is different. They changed it. It sends you to Firewatch, and then it sends you to Rocket League. So, yeah. Don't know why they changed it, but they did. I think they changed... possibly they changed Minecraft, because that was a Microsoft game, and Microsoft, Xbox, PlayStation, yeah. I don't know, possibly. And then Portal, I don't... Portal... Possibly because Portal is a PC game, and it's also... Well, I mean, it did also come to... Portal 1 did also come to PlayStation with the orange box, so... I don't know. Time maybe has changed, I don't know.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
we're going to try and be careful
but
because
the
we
fact
don't
is
want
that
to
the
fall
story
and
has
die.
been
That will
about
kill this
nothing
run.
but you
I mean, it'll
all
waste
this
time in this run because I can't kill this run.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Ooh, okay, missed it. I
Really?
almost missed it, but we'll
I
fight.
was in the middle of something. You have
Okay,
zero
right. Last on the
consideration
fig
for
marine.
others. Are you
Can't say the
that
bucket in
convinced
here
that I've done
as it
something
will
bad to
activate the
happen to
ending
you?
of
Why,
what is a
I
bucket.
don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to
Where
help
it
you,
will
to
basically
show you
try to
something
get me to play a
beautiful.
game show
Look,
style
let me prove it.
area
And there it
of what is a bucket, and it basically is, it'll like show me some buckets and tractors and nothing, and that's where the game starts getting a
Stanley,
little
I'm
confused.
sorry, but I have to
Well,
put
no,
a
it's
pause on
confused.
things. It's those
If you said nothing is a bucket,
those figlers.
he's
I
then thinking
haven't
like,
stopped
oh,
thinking about
everything's a
them since
bucket.
you nabbed
No, no, no.
every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsic?
Well, he ends up
fulfilling
removing
moment of
all
your
the
entire
buckets
life?
from the game,
Didn't it fill you
but
to
it
the
turns out
brim with
everything's a
inner
bucket,
richness?
so...
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
So,
I would
we're going
love
back into the
nothing more
memory zone
than to
again,
revisit the figurines. Just one more
and
try.
there's a section coming up where, if you may remember, old Windows, you'll get where you'll understand when we get to it. But if you know old Windows, you'll get me.
Here's where it all began.
We need to get
The first collectible.
we
Back
need to
then, we had
recollect
no
them all.
idea of
Thankfully,
how
we just
many
get
of
put on
them
the set
we'd
path
find.
to get
Sure,
them all.
it said
So.
6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
So we've now ended up going over the 6, so now we're just on 7 out of 6, which, yeah. Run over here, we're going to grab this Stanley figurine, then we're going to go
I'll
here.
be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue
I have
to
to wait for him to
surprise me
finish
in all
the dialogue
sorts of
before he'll open up the section.
mundane, unremarkable ways.
Yeah. So, where did we get the last
Okay,
one? It
let's
was
do a
the
little
boss's
quiz.
office.
Which of
Because
these
it chooses the
rooms
boss's
was the
bathroom, but I
room
accidentally
you
messed
found
up
your
and
third mini stand?
actually
Can you
messed up and got the
remember?
wrong one in the wrong order, but it's fine.
Hey,
This section
that's
doesn't change.
exactly right. It was here,
no matter what,
behind the
I don't
boss's
think.
office.
Yeah.
It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your
This,
memory.
I don't usually
but
do this, so I
shouldn't be
can't actually
surprised.
remember where
After all,
which door
science
opens,
tells
but we'll
us
find
that it's
out.
impossible
Have this
to
shut
forget
here,
your
it's that
third
door there.
time doing anything.
Okay, good. Okay,
Let's see.
you all remember the pink room, right?
Oh yes, we
Well, I
found a
remember,
Figley in this
yeah.
pink room.
We definitely
Well,
went to a
I
pink
can't
room.
actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Must have. Okay. We're almost at
This
what I'm
was the
talking
5th
about.
mini stand, and this one was really something
Oh.
special. It was in the
Oh wait, no,
warehouse. I
no.
remember
Here,
it
if you remember old
so
Windows, you'll
In
get
fact,
me. You'll
because
understand.
This one is particularly special
Here we
to me,
go.
I made a
Everyone
little
get
video
ready to
commemorate
put your
the
dance
occasion.
emotes in. Get ready.
Enjoy.
Yep, it's a video he made in Movie Maker. What's that back there? A faint light. It's mini stand number 5. The transitions as well. God, it's so early 2000s. You found it near the cargo list. Thanks for watching. Credits. Directed by the narrator, edited by the narrator, music by the narrator, produced by the narrator, best by the narrator, starring Stanley. Copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video,
love
but
that
it was
video.
8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Yeah, but if you remember Movie Maker, then welcome to the club. That's actually, I mean, I'm not
And then,
that old,
Stanley,
but that's
then
where
we came
my
to the last
video
section,
editing
the final
started.
figurines,
I think that's
right
where
here
most
by the
people's
red
video
and
editing
blue
journey
doors.
started.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly
And then
say
Premiere
how the
Pro
mind
and
works?
then
All
DaVinci
I know
Resolve
is that
took
this
over my
is
life.
the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
that song's still around
It
now.
was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other
I'm going through the blue door
because
because usually the blue door is just completely ignoring the narrator. Right, I have to be careful in here because twice on stream have I accidentally glitched myself behind that door.
There was no more. because we've
Present
caught up to
time.
the present moment. Nothing left to do but move
You are in the
onward
present.
into the future.
Just in case you didn't know, we're not in the past, we're not in the future, we're in the... that scared me. That actually...
No, I'm not
Oh,
done.
I forgot
I'm
about
not
that,
ready
and
to
it
move
scares me.
on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay
got me
here,
out of
keep
here.
enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll
If
do
I had
the
my
memory
heart
zone
rate
again
monitor
from the
connected,
opposite direction.
you'd just see my
how
heart
that
rate go.
feels.
Oh, that scared me.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue
Oh, get ready to
doors.
see the Movie Maker video again, by the way, as we
I
will
must say, of
return.
all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video?
We love the video. He's, made it faster though. I can't read all that fast.
Yes, I love that video.
I'm struggling to read it normally, the normal speed. Can't read it when it's bumped up by 1.5.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Very pink room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Next one would be boss's office, I believe. No, oh no, it's the stairs. How can I forget? Silly me.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
So,
This
the
is
last Stanley
the very
figurine.
first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
And then we're almost at
Oh,
section.
I want more memories,
Well, me
Stanley.
just
I
having
wanna
to
keep
open the
going.
game and close
What
it all
else
the
is there?
time.
What came before this?
Here's another section where you'll be able to talk about a few things, but I'll tell you when that is. So yeah. May as well, for the last time, jump on the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content
there we go.
that we were originally
Actually, that
sold
does slow
on.
down
I remember hating it back then.
speed, so
The
that does actually
time
slow
dance
down
with the rosy
slow time a
photo
little
and
bit, which is
everything.
kind of sucks.
Yes,
But it's
the two doors.
it's the only
Who
time
could
we
have
actually get to
forgotten
jump
that?
in this game.
Classic
So.
memory, this one.
And then my office.
And before
You'll also notice in my
It was
background
your
on my
office.
webcam, this is Stanley's office from the
Is there
trailer
anything else?
with all the
Was there
clocks.
something
And
that came before
don't
your
ask about the
office?
scratch marks.
There's something I feel I can
Definitely Tim
remember. I
Curtis
can
thing.
remember. I can remember.
Also, in the next run, the background will change.
Yes,
I will do
I'm
that during the
remembering
intermission.
something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision
Also,
with
saying the time, this might
profound
actually be
thoughtfulness.
PB.
And
Not
then
record,
somewhere
it's already
along
passed.
the way, I
This could be
stopped
PB.
making decisions.
We
I
will
became
see.
lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
Also, yes, this
And
was made in the
Stanley
Source
really did
engine
make for a wonderful
originally, but then
companion,
this
even if he was a fiction.
version of the game,
But,
Ultra
I
Deluxe,
suppose
this is
it's
running in
grown old.
Unity.
I want to
They
think for myself again.
changed this game engine as
I
well.
want to go back how it
Mostly
used
because
to be.
Source 2 is,
Yes.
or the newer
I can
Source
be
is just
on my
gonna,
own again. I can just do it. I'll be stronger
just
this
being used by
time.
Valve for
I'll
like
take
health
care of
palettes and stuff
myself.
like that.
I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alrighty, while I boot the game off and boot it back on again, about 3-4 times, if you would like to read any donations or anything, feel free.
Unfortunately, again, we still don't have any new donations, but yeah, I'll just talk a little bit about Child's Play then. So, the charity we're raising money for is Child's Play, and through therapeutic gaming and the power of play, Child's Play partners with over 190 pediatric hospitals around the globe to enrich the lives of hospitalized children by providing toys, games, books, and technology such as tablets to allow kids to, enjoy the power of play in hospitals. Sorry, I have to cough just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so enriching the lives of kids in hospitals. They also provide awesome technologies such as the ability for kids to be able to experience what it'd be like an MRI through a VR headset, to lead to less situations where a kid has to be sedated before going into an MRI. And just so they'll be less scared going into it, because I don't know if for anyone that's been in an MRI machine before, they're very loud. They're also like very enclosed spaces. They can be very scary. So the whole idea is, make it less scary, so they know what's going to happen beforehand. So all the money ends up going towards a good cause. There's lots of different things that they end up doing, such as like $19 that we end up raising here would go towards one of those no fear MRI experiences. $25 could provide a set of dice for a D&D, so that like multiple kids that are sick in the hospital could play a game of D&D together. $50 could provide 3D printer supplies, like such as filament, to allow them to create different art projects in the hospital and stuff like that. There's lots of different things they do. It's a very beneficial cause to a lot of kids that are long-term in hospitals like that. So, yeah, that's what we're raising money for here.
Yeah, as what's it called? As when I was, I might as well bring this up. When I was, when you said MRIs are scary, they are. I was like 15, 16 when I when I went to the hospital for an MRI to get diagnosed with epilepsy, which I got diagnosed with, and yeah, that was not fun. That was scary. Very loud, very bangy as well. They're not fun at all. So. I think we need to boot the game off one more time. Just waiting for the epilogue. And you have the guy we're speaking to here, this like guy who keeps asking us questions. He's the epilogue character. And basically he asks you what time it is. A lot of people got very confused because they're like, well, I can't just read it off my console. I'm connected to the internet. Not knowing it's a joke. If you don't if you leave the timer, he gets annoyed at you. If you change it, and like I did before the run, I changed it to I think it was like 10 o'clock, and then I changed it to and I didn't change it, and he got really mad about it. He's like, "You changed it before, why didn't you change it now?" And, yeah. Talk soon. So we should have the yep, there's the epilogue. This is the so the reason why we're doing the epilogue is we don't want to just finish the run on the Stanley Parable 2. We want to get to the Stanley Parable 3, because we may as well end this off with the trilogy. And also I'm running a marathon. Like Fallout trilogies can't be the only run I do at marathons. I have to do the Stanley Parable trilogy. So, yeah, we're going to get to the Stanley Parable 3. I'm not sure what the name of it, the subtitle it's going to be yet, because we actually get to pick that, but we'll see. The time is coming up in a good, I'd say 5 minutes maybe, and then we get to do some detective work in the 1940s. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. But, what I may do while we've got this, while I'm just walking through this desert, I'm going to quickly do my little outro here, first start of my outro for this run before we go to switch over. Thank you for accepting my run. I originally was supposed to just do, originally do Uncharted Drake's Fortune for this event, but unfortunately that game is a little tricky to derust. It takes 2.5 months to derust, because if you've never seen a run of that game, it's very short, but the tricks are very difficult to do. Deluxe, and I hadn't played around that game for a while, and I was like, hey, I'll do this for a bit, and stuff got very busy in life, so I never had time, but thankfully I was able to switch to some Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe and LA Noire, two very epic games. Yeah. Right, there we go. So there's the. This is basically continuing. As I said, we're back in the desert again. This is continuing on from the skip button. And I actually can't remember what my PB is. I think it was like 45 minutes, so she might not be PB, but we'll see. So yeah. So this is like the Stanley Parable 2 memory room, which is very run down, but time ends the second we like get sent to the Stanley Parable 3. So I'll tell you when, but I forgot I control the. I'm controlling the timer, so I'll still yell time because it makes sense, but don't stick it. There's a lot of flaws here that are very invisible and you get stuck in them sometimes, and it's very weird. But yeah. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more, yeah. Yes, this way down here. Nope. Where are we going? This way? This way. This part is very confusing because it's like very tiny. But yeah. Small Stanley figurines here, you can collect them without going to, as it does. Well, we have to collect 1, so we have to get to 19 of them. But yeah, so we're almost there. Don't worry, we just need to speak to this computer over here. Or it's going to be the epilogue guy again. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will be no other Stanley Parable. Yeah, basically they're saying there's not going to be another Stanley Parable come out. This was the final one we're going to officially release, but you know what? We may as well. We'll allow you to create however many Stanley Parables you want to have. So after this, if we boot the game, if we don't delete the save file and we boot, alright, Stanley Parable 3, The Legend of Boyfriends, confirm. Stanley Parable 3, Legends of Boyfriends, yes. You can basically pick any, like, subtitle you want, and if you keep rebooting the game, it'll go to, like, Stanley Parable 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth. I actually don't know how far it can go to. I don't think I'll have to try to find out. But yeah. But I'm going to get my finger ready on my end time button, which is just my numpad 1 key. That's the only key I don't use when I'm playing games. This must be very emotional, but yeah. And that is time. And now we're at the Stanley Parable 3 Legend of Boyfriends, and there's a cargo back. So yeah, that's Stanley Parable 1, 2, and 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully the game made you laugh. It makes me laugh every time I play it. But yeah, that's all from me with Stanley Parable.
All right, then. We'll be heading back to intermission just for a short period here as we get set up.